Well, it's a very complicated issue if we talk about the Naga history and all, because Naga people they are fighting for their identity. Basically means they worship one ghost, one spirit, which they believe that spirit is.
So Manipur will be that side. And behind those mountains, it will be Zuku Valley. And this is how our village is. It's not like village, no? It's like building only. I want to give you one clarification, brother. Rice beer is not an alcohol. It is only by force. It was not by choice or not by surrender. The Britishers, they tried to capture that, but they are not able to do that.
Stories with Venky, presenting you another exciting podcast. Today we are going on a journey to the beautiful and vibrant state Nagaland. Nagaland might seem like a distant land for many of us, but that's exactly why this episode is so exciting. Today I have the pleasure of being joined by Vivor, a native of Kohima, the capital city of Nagaland. During my cycling adventure in India, Vivor offered me shelter when I arrived in Kohima. Today, he will be our guide, taking us on a deep dive into the culture, beauty, and life there in Nagaland.
So,
Hi, Vivor.
yeah, hi Venky, how you are doing?
I'm good.
Okay,
Mm,
glad to see you here again.
finally, it took
Yes,
so
yes.
long time to make it happen. But anyway, so how are you doing? All good in Nagaland?
All good, all good. So, yeah, weather is also good and everything is fine. Yes.
So, how is the weather nowadays?
In Nagaland, if we talk about Dimapur, the weather of Dimapur is like the weather in your side only. But if we come to the hilly side, the weather is throughout the year is very moderate. It's like same, almost same throughout the year. It's not too hot, not too cold. So even here in my hometown right now, it's very normal. At night, I have to use blanket and all. Yeah, and daytime, yeah, a little bit sunny is there, but it's very normal. So the weather is very good, I must say.
Tell me
So
about Nagaland, Naga people, and how you guys are named as Nagas. Where did this word Naga originate from?
okay, that's interesting, and uh, I'm also doing quite a lot of research for that because there are so many things which even me, I myself, doesn't know about Nagaland also. So yeah, since you have traveled to Nagaland, you might have get some experience, and you must know the geographical area. You must know how the people look also, and you must know you have little bit of experience of like with the people also, how people behave, this and that. But in general, the people of Nagaland are called Nagas, and if we look little bit past in the history. I would like to share a little bit about Nagaland. Then, Nagaland is a part of. It's a small state in the northeast side of India, and it's part of India right now, because it's in the map of India. And Nagaland became the part of India. Nagaland got its statehood in the year 1963. But there are so many things to discuss even before that. Nagaland. So it's basically saying that it's a land where Naga people stay. So Naga and their land. So it's a place, it's a geographical area where Naga people are living. Well, it's a very complicated issue if we talk about the Naga history and all, because Naga people they are fighting for their identity. They are fighting for their rights, not after they got the statehood and all. They are fighting for their independence even before India got independence. So it's a long history. Even when the Britishers they entered India and they went to Northeast India and they reached Nagaland, before that Nagaland it was known as Naga Hills, because at that time Naga did not get Naga independence and all. No? So the British, when they came in contact with Naga people, they categorized the area as Naga Hills. So the people living inside that Naga Hills they are called Naga, which is the name given by the Britishers. And how did the Britishers got the idea that they are Naga people living? Through the records of Ahom Kingdom. Because before Naga reached Nagaland, before Britishers reached the place where Nagas are living, the Britishers have some idea about the Naga people, and that is through the Ahom people. That is through the people who are living in Assam. So um, who are these Naga? So we'll just look into the context of Britishers, how they name this Naga, these people as Naga. So Naga is just an imagination that these are the people coming together, and these are the people coming together, and they are known as Nagas. Naga is not a name for a tribe; it is a name for a community of people. So inside this Naga, there are so many tribes. So if we look about these Naga people throughout the area of today, if we look inside Burma, Arunachal, Manipur, and even Nagaland, there are total more than 60 plus tribes. Okay, but if we look inside the statehood of Nagaland at present, there are 17 recognized tribes who live inside Nagaland. So this is a brief introduction about Nagaland, Nagas. So these tribes, in general, let's say 60 tribe, or inside India, inside Nagaland, 17 tribes. All of the tribes are different from each other. We don't speak the same language. We don't uh, perform the same kind of culture and all. Everything is different. So but anyhow, somehow people are related again through the history, through their forefathers, because they all came from one side. Yeah, there are how these Naga people they ended in this area, in this geography. Then the researchers used to say that they came from three different directions. Some they came from southeast through Thailand or through this Philippine side. Some came from China and all, and some came through Mongolia and all. That is what they used to say. But if we look far again, they all have one single root, but in the middle they got dispersed and then they later came here again. So this is how the history is said to be. But still, there are so many studies going on and so many things to be proved. So, what does Naga mean? Now, if you're asking me, then it's a very interesting question. There are so many theories about this also. Some say that according to Sanskrit, uh, according to Sanskrit, it says Nag. So Nag means snake. So because Nagas, it's like snakes, so they're like maybe they worship snake. That's why they are called Naga. Some theories are like that. In some area, it is called Naka. Naka means naked. So Naga people are naked. That's why they used to be naked. That's why this name is Naka. Some say like that. But it's just a theory. I don't think there is a proof record for that. But what do the Naga people there actually think about the meaning of Naga? So there is no. I think this is. I think this must be recorded in one history book, and one proper definition must be used, which I would like to suggest to the people of Nagaland. The people of Nagaland, they think that, especially if we talk about one tribe, which is known as Pom tribe, they are also part of Nagaland. They say they have a story, folk tale. They say that when the Ahom kingdom and the Pom people they met in a river, the Ahom asked that people, "Who are you?" So the Pom man said that I am a Naga. So according to him, what does Naga means? He means I am a human being. That is what he is trying to say. So the definition of Naga according to this Pom tribe is he is a human being. It's a human being. So so many things to understand. But in simple words, Naga means human being, and the Naga is a community of different tribes living together, and Nagaland is a state which is part of India right now. So that's a brief introduction.
In Nagaland, does people worship snakes?
No, there is no history about worshipping snakes. Naga people, before they became Christianity was brought to Naga area through Britishers, through British missionaries, and then through American missionaries as well. So that is how Christianity reached into Nagaland. And today, 99% of Naga people, the Naga ethnic people, they are Christians. But before Naga people they became Christian, they follow a type of religion which is known as animism. It basically means they worship one ghost, one spirit, which they believe that spirit is to be a god. They believe only in one spirit. They haven't seen about that or anything, but they believe there is one spirit and that spirit is God. So to make that spirit happy, they used to perform different kind of rituals. They don't worship any other thing, like sorry to say about like, but in Hindu we worship people worship different things like sun, moon, or animals also, because all these things they consider as God sometimes, right? But in this animism, they believe that there is only one God, and that is why they do different kind of rituals. So that was the past history. Yeah. But today, like I've said, most of the people, 99% are Christianity.
I mean, complete Christianity. You guys are not following any Naga culture.
Um, we see whatever the culture was, it was totally linked with religion also at that time, because whatever they are doing, they are trying to make that spirit happy. That is how they live in the past. So today, being a Christian, most of the like sensitive cultural performance, sensitive rituals are not performed by a Christian, because they think that that is against the Christian culture, because it does. They don't feel comfortable doing those things, because it was very what do we call, it doesn't match with the culture of Christianity today. So they try to not perform those things, but still they preserve some general culture, general rituals, but they don't follow up those things. They just do for the show of cultural performance only, so that they preserve that and people also know about that. That's all. But they are not into those things these days. Yeah.
So, okay, now coming to the tribes.
Mhm.
What are the, like, how many tribes? You said 60 plus tribes are there, and there are 17 tribes, main
Inside
tribes
Nagaland. Yes.
inside Nagaland.
Yes. Yes.
Nagaland is like combination of many tribal people living in a,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
What about these tribes? How many tribes are there, and how the history of these tribes are passed to the next generations?
Yeah.
What's the story there?
Okay. Okay. That's interesting. Um, these tribes, like I've said, when the Naga people they travel from different area and they reach this geography, so that is how these tribes they they also came from different direction. But to be honest, from one group, let's say three group came into this Naga area today. Okay, but from this three group, there are again more tribes which came up from this one group again. So let's say if one group came, but later from this group, 7, 8 tribes they came up again. So that is how it happened, because that is why some there are what do we call, uh, a mother. I can't say a mother tribe, but they have one foundation. Each tribe they have one foundation to say that we are from this tribe. They say like that, but it's a very long history. And see, there are some villages. Okay, there are some villages. I did a Nagaland tour around 2022, and it just for my experience only, but I came to visit some villages, and they say that they did carbon dating to find the origination of the village, and they found that some village exists even since AD 50, and some villages are there since AD 16 also, and some villages are there even before AD also. Yeah. Why even some villages are there even before AD is that even in this Hindu book Mahabharata story, it was said that somewhere it is mentioned about the Naga peoples. They did not use the word Naga at that time, because, like I've said, the word of Naga was given by the Britishers. But they used some word to describe these people who live in this hill area. It was there in Mahabharata. So that means they are living here in these geographical areas since long ago. Before the Naga people lived here, nobody came here in this area. They are the first people to live here, and still today they are living here. So yeah. So and all these tribes, like I've said, they are like part of a community called this Naga community, and all of them are like family members, like brother brothers. Yeah, like at present, let me just talk about the this area of Nagaland. Okay, so in Nagaland there are 17 recognized tribe, which is recognized by the government of Nagaland, but there are still some more tribes, sub-tribes, which we call sub-tribes, which are yet to be recognized, but there are still some tribes which are totally different again. Means the way they their language is different. So there are so many tribes like it, but still the major tribes are 17 tribes. And these 17 tribes are totally what we call different from each other. And then one more interesting is that each tribe, I just remember, each tribe have their geographical area, and it's like they are the king of that area only. Other tribe cannot go and capture that area or cannot go and live in that area without their permission. So that's like
Oh, so all these tribes have different names, and then they have complete different culture. What
yes,
about?
yes. So totally, you are right. Different names, different culture, and like say example, I'm from Angami tribe. So if I go to a home area, I won't be able to understand what he is saying, or he won't be able to understand what I am saying. And then one more interesting thing: each major village has a name, and there is absolutely a valid reason for giving the name of that village. Also, there is always some history behind the name of that village. Yeah. So let's say I live in Kohima. So Kohima is said to be a village of uh, different people coming from different areas and living here. So the original name of Kohima in Angami language is Keuhira. So Keuhira, Ra means it's a village, and Keuhi means it's a roaming place. So for what does that mean is that they came from other place and they rest here. They rest in this area and they go to other place. But slowly people start resting here. They founded a community and they founded this village. So that is how Kohima village came into the picture. So and Kohima village is said to be 700 years old now. I know about because our village community they publish about the information, the story of Kohima. So I know about this. Similarly, every village they have a history, how they came, from which village they came, and all. Everything is there.
What are the other tribes? Do you remember all the names of all the 17 tribes?
Yeah. Let me, if I'm not wrong, let me just try to say Angami, Ao, Rengma, Lotha, Sema, Chagasan, Puchuri, Sangtam, Konyak, and then uh, mm, mm, yeah. Recently there was one more tribe. Yeah, I'm not able to recognize, but Yimchinger or Yimkyum, and then Zelieng, Zeliengrong. So Kachari also it's part of. There are different types of Kacharis, but there is one Kachari also inside Nagaland, which is known as Dimasa Kachari. So yeah, like that. And Rengma also. Yeah, so many tribes.
Yeah. So yeah, nice. You remember
So
most of them.
yeah, I remember all of them, and we used to study in our school books also. Okay, so you have been to that Hornbill Festival, right? So what was your experience and what was your thought about that Hornbill Festival? What did you learn about that? I can explain more, but just from your experience.
I really enjoyed that day. I was really tired after this because from Dimapur to Kohima is 72 kilometers all uphill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I pushed. It's uphill and cycling is difficult, obviously. And but the tiredness was gone. It was very refreshing, and I always like want to visit Nagaland. It was one
Ah,
of a dream destination.
okay.
And I know about Nagaland from another person who conducts tours in Nagaland. So
Okay.
he always says Nagas, Nagas, Nagas. Always they are like fantastic people,
Ah,
and his words are not even 1% less. So, and I met you. You randomly picked me, and then you took me to your home, which is something. Though that day in Dimapur to Nagal Kohima, and then the day we spent is one of the very important days of my life. It's a
ah,
lots of things to learn,
Yes.
And the way you guys are trying to sustain and then pass on the tribal cultures or your roots to your future generations is really good. I think you guys should dig deeper and then bring all the stuff out to the rest of the country so that we will understand more. We will
You are
understand,
absolutely
and I also, I mean, that thing will help to remove all the misconceptions about the people of
right.
Nagaland.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
And I support that one.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Mhm. Yeah. To be honest, every culture, every what do we call it? Every ethnic culture around the world, they are trying to preserve their own identity so that they know who they are from where they came. It's not about Nagaland only. It's there. This happens everywhere.
So, dear viewers and dear brother Venky, I just have some background change over here because of some network issue at my home. Anyhow, I think this video is going to be more interesting because what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the view of Kohima.
Yeah, it's visible. Can you show around?
Sure. You can see visible,
Yeah.
and the sun is soon going to set. Yeah, and that is local ground, and up there is war cemetery.
Hmm.
This is Assam Rifle Camp. So Manipur will be that side.
Okay.
And behind those mountains, it will be Zuku Valley. Now you can see on behind the view of Kohima. So this is how Kohima looks like. And sorry, actually it's very windy, so I have to hold my mic on my mouth like this, near my mouth, else you won't be able to hear me. So dear viewers, you just enjoy the background and then we'll just continue our podcast. Yeah, brother Venky, you can continue the questions. I'll just try to
Yeah.
answer it. We are just able to see the half part of Nagaland, Kohima only. Is half part is even behind this side, and this is how our village is. It's not like village, no. It's like building only.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, you just enjoy the view of Kohima, and we'll continue. Yeah.
So it was nice knowing about all the tribes, and then so now I found something special, something quite interesting and more controversial word, head hunting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Head hunting in the Hornbill
Yes.
Festival when we visited there. So
Yes.
what is head hunting, and how this culture evolved in Nagaland? Like, is the head hunting practice still today, or is it gone? And I want to know everything because headhunting is something, is it humans or is it animals?
Okay. Before I answer that question, can you just share me about your understanding about that?
Headhunting, in the tribal houses, okay,
Mm-hmm.
there is a feather and then one guy holding head, cut
Uh-huh.
head, and with
Yes.
a
Yes.
spear on his hand.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. So, what does it is actually about? What it is actually about? Sorry for my background. According to you, what it is actually showing? Exactly. Exactly. So, see, Naga people these days. Okay, I'll just go from the beginning in. Naga people actually who they are? They are actually warriors long ago, and every village they declare themselves as their kingdom. So they are not under any other village. Suppose I'm from Kohima village, so I assume that I am my own. Or I am my village is my own king, my own kingdom. Other village is not supposed to control my village. Example: these days there are some, and inside Kohima village there can be some new villages which is like my children only. So all those villages which is formed as part of Kohima, then it comes under me. But whoever is not part of Kohima village, then they are my enemy. Example. So long ago, these major villages, long ago they are, I think, not sub villages due to population. These days they are small villages, but long ago the population is less. So every village is like a kingdom. And what they do is that since they are warriors, they what do we call, they do wars against from one village to another. So then to what do we call, to expand their kingdom, to expand their territory. Like in normal movie also we used to see why war happen is that war happened because they want to go and capture more area. Similarly here in Naga area also war happened, and that war is called head hunting. Actually, they don't use gun or this and that. You just go and get your enemy, then you are the winner. The the more bravest enemy you are able to kill, then later maybe you have the chance to even capture the village also. That is what they had practiced. So in Angami area also, in almost all the Naga people they practice that, but the the tribe which always practice this one is the Konyak tribe. And it was said that the last head hunting was happened around 1970. These days, Naga people, they are no more head hunting. Their number one reason is due to civilization. Number two reason is, I think, due to Christianity. So due to Christianity, they realize that we should never kill anyone. So that's the reason there is no more head hunting. But yeah, you are very right. Head hunting means cutting off the head of the enemy. Yeah. So when a headhunter go to a new village and able to capture the head of the enemy, so they use feathers for their reward. So to see these days, we have medals and all, right? If you are able to prove something as a brave person and all, so long ago, they use feathers as type of medal. So they proudly use different kind of feather, and the famous feather which they use is the hornbill feather, because it's one of the rarest and most precious feather which they believe. So that feather is like a reward. Yeah, and in Konyak people, they also practice tattoo. So based on the level of your bravery, a different type of tattoo are given to you. Some they put the tattoo on the face, some they put the tattoo on the chest, and some on their leg also. So yeah, different practices are there because of different tribes, but that is the basic understanding about headhunting. Yeah, I hope you're clear. Don't
Yeah,
be
so
afraid of
two
Nagaland,
villages
okay?
combined. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's the past, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
two villages. If I want to capture your village, I go and then I cut the head of the village, and then I
yeah.
will get
Or
the
any,
hornbill
or
feather, and that
yes,
village becomes mine.
yes. That is just an idea, but it's not necessary that you can always capture the head because he will be obviously so protected. You can capture any members of the village.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you are just capturing the member, that your reward will be less. Na? I just understand like that. Yeah, yeah. It's just a basic understanding, but I think there might be different things which they have practiced, but I don't know much about that. But this is just the basic idea how headhunting happened.
So Hornbill Festival.
Yes, yes.
Why is it so famous? Huh? And
Uh,
like everything about it.
okay. See, like I've said just now about the feather of hornbill, right? So the feather of hornbill, Naga people, they believe that it's one of the precious thing which they can have it. So Hornbill Festival uh, is actually about uh, I'm sorry over here. Yeah, Hornbill Festival is actually about promoting tourism in Nagaland. And government of Nagaland had decided to came up with Hornbill Festival so that tourism can be promoted by showing the culture and identity of Nagaland, of Naga people. So one location was selected that is called Kisama Village or Naga Heritage Village. There, uh, the traditional house of all the Naga tribes are built, and during Hornbill Festival, all the tribes they come and they perform their culture. It happens in the uh, it had started since the year 2000. and it happened in the month of December 1 to 10 every year till now. In future there might be some changes, but still till now it happens usually from December 1 to 10. So why Hornbill? So you might be confused that when you're coming to Nagaland, you might be able to see so many hornbill flying here and there. Actually, I'm so sorry. That's not the reason behind that festival. Hornbill Festival is believed to be a very secret bird for the Naga people. Since long ago, like I've said, to prove your bravery, you use hornbill feather because that is the only thing to show that you got some medal, some reward. So similarly, it is very precious for Naga people. That's why they use hornbill as part of the festival name. Yeah. In before 2000, before this festival happened, there is no festival for like this kind of festival like Hornbill Festival and all. Nor this name is not given to worship the bird hornbill. It's not like that. It's just a name because this bird feather is precious for Naga people, and under this festival, you can get an idea about different culture of Naga people. Yeah, that's the reason behind this.
Some other day, I want to visit the entire Nagaland
You're most
on a more.
welcome to do that. You're most welcome to do that, and I would suggest you to definitely do that. Not only in Nagaland, you can definitely do this kind of trip in the whole part of Northeast because uh, there's so many things we can learn when we go inside the deeper area of these places. So, like I've said, I've done a brief Nagaland tour, and even me, I was very what do you call? Even me, I really enjoyed because there's so many things to explore. You're most welcome to do that, and never be afraid to do that because people will be always welcoming, even in the most remotest village. Also, yeah.
We'll come to that part. We'll come to that part.
Okay. Okay.
So, other than Hornbill Festival, what are the
Hmm.
local festivals? You guys still celebrate the cultural festivals and how
Mm,
the entire system works in Nagaland.
yeah. Okay. That's very interesting question. Yeah. Like I said, there are example talking about Nagaland, 17 recognized tribe. So all these tribe they have their own festivals, major festival, and also they have some small festivals. They just don't have one festival throughout the year. They have so many festivals. Each tribe we have so many festivals, and the reason for having this festival is always the major reason for having this festival is about agriculture. It's always related to agriculture because through the festival people comes together, and this festival happened before you start the agriculture work, and it also happened at the time of agriculture and post harvest. So these are the main area where this festival happened, but there are some more festivals which are related to worshipping the spirit and also purifying your soul. So there are some kind of festival like that also. Yeah. And the reason for having this festival is basically, like I said, one part is to worship the spirit, and one part is related to agriculture. And through the festival, people come together and they unite. So that is the reason I think of having the major festival. In Angami, it is called Sekrini. In in Sema, it is called Tulani, and there are so many festivals which which I think if I go deeper, even me, I am in the process of learning. So you can also the best thing I can advise is personally experiencing this festival if required. Yeah, and then some festival it happened for 1 day, some 5 days, some 10 days also. Yeah,
Kini. Kini is in Angami, it's called Kini.
Sekreni,
Krini.
Sekreni.
Sekreni. Yeah, Sekreni.
Yeah, Sekre means it's like song, and Ni means festival. So it's like song festival.
Okay.
Yeah. Just an idea why it is called song festival is that for continuous 3 days, the Some people they sit inside the traditional house and they sing for continuously 3 days without sleeping or without taking rest. Yeah, it's and that they do because to purify their soul. Yeah,
Languages.
languages.
How many
So
languages do you speak other than English? Like you have a native language. What a
um,
language you
mm,
guys speak at your home?
see, each tribe are unique and each tribe has their own language. If I go to another area where another tribe lives, I won't be able to understand their language. So basically, if we are educated, if we are a little bit literate, we use English amongst one tribe and other tribe. Or if you know a little bit Hindi, we can use Hindi also. But majorly in Nagaland, we use Nagamis to communicate from one tribe with another tribe. It's called lingua franca. Lingua franca means a language, a common language between two parties, two group, right? So it's like a lingua franca. This Nagamis. And in my home, I use Angami only because I'm from Angami tribe. It's uh, what do we call? Because in my family, everybody understand Angami, so I can use Angami. But if I'm going outside, who is not able to understand Angami, then I have to either go for Nagamis or Hindi or for English. But most of the time, 90% we use Nagamis. But one interesting fact about this is that still today this language is not yet recognized by the government of Nagaland, nor there is any written script about this one. Yeah, but I think it's high time for the people of Nagaland to recognize this language because this language unite all the tribes of Nagaland. Yeah, it is said to be broken Assamese language because somehow it came from Assamese, but it is not exactly Assamese also. There are so many mixture of Naga accent also. So yeah, I think deep more studies is required to be done here. But yeah, Nagamis is the common language we used. Yeah, if we are educated, like I've said, we use English. But even in office also, I've seen many people. If we are in Nagaland, we use Nagamis only. Yeah, and Hindi though. It's like I'm very sorry to say, but it's like broken Hindi. We won't be able to understand what we are saying. Obviously, these days, due to Hindi subject in school, people, children, new generation, everybody is good in Hindi also. But to be more united, I think Nagamis is the perfect language. Yeah.
Food is the daily breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
So long ago, we practice agriculture. Like I've said, every Naga family they practice agriculture. So I think through that influence, this came to be part of Naga culture. I think that is early morning when we wake up, we have some cup of black tea or tea, and then while having tea, we prepare our rice with some curry. And after having the curry, all of us we go to our own work, maybe school or if you're going to field, you can go to that after having heavy meal. So right after having the black tea, we have heavy meal like dinner only. Yeah, we have a full cup of, full plate of rice with curry, and that curry can be vegetable most of the time, but we often use meat also because Naga people are also non-vegetarian, so we eat different kind of meat also, but it's not every day. So that is how we have the meal early morning, and then daytime if we are in the field so we get hungry so we have rice again the same meal like morning again after coming from field again we have the same meal. Some practice 3 times like that, some daytime they eat less and night again they eat like morning again they eat more again. That is the usual routine. But as a part of Naga culture, even me also, what I always do is that I eat twice in a day, morning and dinner. And daytime I used to have tea and with some snacks and all. That is the regular routine of Naga food eating habit. Yeah. So I would like to go a little deeper here again. If we 1 minute. Okay. I'm outside, so everybody is looking at me and says some tourist had came here. Okay. Okay. Here I would like to go a little bit deeper about the different Naga cuisine. So each tribe has their own unique cuisine. Like in Angami, our part of meal is rice with meat and one chutney, one spicy chutney. It's and one boil vegetable. So 3 4 item is compulsory. Actually, in Angami culture, similarly, even in Ao, even in Cognac, also they have their own unique culture, and we all of us we have our own unique way of preparing that meal. How I prepare and eat Cognac won't be doing that. Yeah, rice is common among all of us, but vegetable this curry is different from each tribe. Yeah, but in eastern Nagaland, it's called the area of Konyak area side. What they do is that they even have, instead of having rice all the time, they even have corn, maize also, and some even have the root of some tree also, which is edible roots. So they practice those things also. I heard like that. Yeah, but meat is part of Naga culture usually. Yeah, but the way you prepare and the way it tastes is different. Yeah. One more interesting thing is I just remember fermented things, which is part of Naga culture again. So what we do is then suppose I like soya bean example, but I know I cannot produce soya bean all the time. So what I do is that I will ferment that, boil it, ferment it, paste it, and keep it. And then whenever I want to add that in my curry, I can do anytime throughout the year. And the smell is totally different. People who are not familiar to that, they think that we are having something dirty, but it's not like that. Similarly, even for yam also you can do the leaf of yam. It's called colocasia. So even that you can ferment in among our tribe that is very famous. It's called anishi, and that ferment soya bean which I'm talking is called akuni.
Kuni.
Yeah, akuni. Akuni is like if I cook in my kitchen, I think 4 5 house till up there it will go the smell. Yeah, but it's part of our habit, so we don't think much, and everybody are comfortable with that smell. But if I cook that in your place, then your neighbor will run away. Yeah, and then yes, one more thing is spicy chili. So the most famous chili which we have little bit less, but those people who are part of agriculture who do hard working, they usually have more. That is king chili. King chili, some people they can eat even 4 5 also. In
Small round
Hornbill
one.
Festival, yeah, round one. Yeah, but there is a history about that king chili also. I heard actually that king chili it was found only in Burma side it seems, but when the Burma they tried to enter these Naga hills and try to invade the people of Naga at that time, that the seed of that chili entered here also, and that is how Naga people they got that seed and they produced that. There was story like that also. Yeah, but today I think this king chili is available in all the parts of the world. Very
That's too
spicy.
spicy.
Too spicy, too hot. Yeah.
Meat. What about meat? Chicken, goat.
You will be surprised to know, but we eat everything that is eatable, that moves. But there are some animals which we really don't have it because it might have some diseases and all else. We Naga people, we are comfortable having anything that moves around us. and it's part of our culture. It's not about judging us, or it's not about to judge the people, because uh, uh, some people they judge that Naga people eat beef. Some people they judge Naga people they eat pork and all. But I'm sorry to say, but it's part of their culture, and they are having this since long ago. Their dog meat also is very famous among the Naga tribe. I'm openly saying I'm very sorry if I'm hurting some people, but I'm not here to hurt you. I'm sorry for that, but this is their culture. And dog means, it doesn't mean that we eat street dogs. No, in Nagaland there is no street dogs. Every dog has an honor, and it is reared very cleanly. I mean, they keep the dog very clean. They and then, if required, they have it. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, but we almost eat everything. Some tribes they even eat snakes also. Like if you are watching Bear Grylls, no, Man versus Wild, you are watching that because you are watching and learning from his experiences, right? So this is how you can think about the Naga people also, and just experience how they are experiencing instead of judging, especially to our viewers if they are not comfortable.
See, I think in the olden days when there was no agriculture, there was no food, people go for hunting. Simple, right?
Exactly. That's the main reason for having this thing. Without hunting, we won't be able to get our meal. So we go for hunting, and then these things happen. But these days, due to civilization, we cannot do hunting here. But still, in some remote villages, you will still find that hunting is their part of life. But there is time for that hunting also, because they know when the animal is going to produce their offspring and all. At that time, they will stop the hunting, and then some time will be open, and they do some time hunting. Each village has those kind of rules still today. Yeah.
You guys practice God still, like the spirit that you guys pray.
Mm, so I was saying
So
like
what kind
animism.
of God other than Christianity? So if we talk about the starting of Christianity in Nagaland before
Hmm.
Britishers came,
Hmm. Hmm.
what was the religious practices or spiritual practices or godly practices in
Before
Nagaland?
Christianity. Before
Yes.
Christianity. So see, I don't have much experience about that, because whatever I had learned through the oral explanation only. There is not much written explanation about this one also. But yeah, like I've said long ago, people here practice animism. It's not exactly animism also, but it's somehow like that. What they believe is that there is one spirit, and they consider that spirit to be their god. And to worship that god, they perform different kind of rituals, like I've said before. So after Christianity arrived in Naga Hill, Naga accepted. They directly did not accept it. They also took time to accept that one, and they realized that it's much more important for them. So because of Christianity, headhunting also came to an end, and that worshipping of those things also came to an end, because they realized that Christianity makes a man more human. So those kind of practices these days are not practiced, but uh, some few during ceremonies it is practiced, just to show our younger generation how it is done. But we are not committed in doing those kind of thing again. Yeah, that's my understanding.
What about alcohol? Alcohol, is it rice beer in a bamboo glass?
Yeah, I think you have got the right answer, but I want to give here one clarification, brother. Rice beer is not an alcohol. Rice beer is not an alcohol. It's just the juice of that fermented rice. So, see, tea, black tea, or whatever tea we are having these days, these things are not practiced by Naga people long ago. I think it came to Naga area only. I think it's not even 100 years that Naga people started having tea. Long ago, like I've said, when we wake up, to get the energy, we used to have rice beer, our forefathers. And yeah, if you drink too much, you will get drunk. That's for sure, because it's fermented. But we just have it one cup and then go for work. it's like an energy booster. So it's not alcohol. Rice beer is not alcohol. It's like uh, energy booster only, because you are having the proteins, you are extracting the proteins, energy, whatever it is, from the rice, and you are having that only to make you more strong. Yeah. So that is very much part of Naga culture today, still today. But many people also these days not having that, because we 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 cross the limit. We cross the limit, and we don't practice the proper way of having it. So that's why. And alcohol, that's why foreign alcohol came into the picture, and some people they got addicted to that. But uh, the most important thing is knowing the limit, I think. Yeah. But yeah, rice beer is pretty much the culture of Nagaland. If you come to Hornbill, you can definitely try that. Some people, they might be mixing with some alcohol. So I will suggest you not to have those kind of thing. You can just have pure authentic Naga rice beer. Just 1 cup. If you want to try, you can try that. Yeah.
Okay, what about Kohima? Tell me about life in Kohima.
Kohima, I'll be very honest. I'm living here since my childhood, and this is my hometown now. And I think one of the best place in the world for me is Kohima only, because here I'm living here since my childhood. All the people around me are my family, and whatever happens, we help each other immediately. We are not strangers to anyone, and even uh, the thing which what I'm trying to say is that I think even in your hometown also, wherever you are living, your surroundings makes you more comfortable, and that makes you to make you live there, right? So that same thing, that same feeling happened to me. So if I go somewhere else, I just have the eagerness to come here soon again. Yeah. And another good thing about this Kohima is that it's in mountain area, so the weather is very good throughout the year. We don't have so much high temperature, or we don't have so much low temperature. It's very comfortable living in Kohima. Yes, if if some people living in some colonies where there is less space, then there it might be a little bit difficult for them to adjust. Else, it's pretty much good. One problem which I notice is water scarcity during dry season. That's the only problem. We have to purchase some water if required, because being a capital, people from all the districts of Nagaland, they are living here. So that's why the population is high. That's why there is what little bit of scarcity, water scarcity during dry season. Else everything is perfect. I enjoy living here. You can roam around town anytime, midnight, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. All the people are my people. I feel safe. Yeah.
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 So other than Kohima, what are the major cities in Nagaland and tourist places, visitable places
Okay.
for a stranger?
That's interesting. If you are coming to Nagaland, the first place, if you are coming from this Assam side, the first place you will enter is Dimapur. So Dimapur is a plain area, and there the train service is also there. There is even airport also. And inside Nagaland, there are some chopper services. So if you want to travel to some far destination, you can take chopper service also if it is available at that particular day. um, Talking about tourist places, um, see, brother, uh, I would like to give you one of my experience. When I was traveling, I was taught by a teacher. He told me that whenever you try to visit any place, don't try to see the place, but experience the place. The moment you start experiencing the place, even the worst place become the most memorable place. So here the tourist places which you can visit is, I think you can visit any place, and you can learn because there are so many things to explore and so many things to learn. Yeah, one major is one. If we talk about just in simple word, then you can definitely visit Hornbill Festival if you want to know and get the overview or idea of the Naga culture, which happen in the month of December 1 to 10. And you can visit Kohima World War cemeteries because the famous Battle of Kohima World War II happened at Kohima. Through the Battle of Kohima, the Japanese they are not able to enter India, so they went back. So it's very famous for India also. And you can visit Konoma village, which is also very famous. The Britishers they tried to capture that, but they are not able to do that. Yeah, so you can find some history. You can find some Naga culture over there, also Angami culture, and then you can visit Longwa, which is in Mon. It's a border village. The village is famous because there is one border line, international border line, crossing the border, the house of the king. Right in the middle of the king house, the border is made. So actually, it's just an imaginary border line. It's not the real fencing and all, but the borderline is said to be passing through his house. So he says that I cook from Burma and I sleep in India, or I cook in India and I sleep in Burma. He used to say like that. You can find that experience also. And over there, you can still find some headhunters who are already old, but they have some tattoos in their chest and all. So if you want to get some experience of real headhunters, then you can meet them also. Those are the last generation of headhunters today. Yeah, and like I've said, inside Nagaland there are so many places. Like every village you go, you will find some history. You will find something to learn more. Yeah, so I think almost all the places are places that you can visit anytime. Yeah,
You mentioned Kohima War Cemetery.
yeah,
So I visited this place and
uh, uh,
I saw so many tombs of so many soldiers, young
yeah.
soldiers. Uh, what is it about? I have no idea about that war happened in World War II.
Okay,
So
okay. Okay, it's fine. It's totally fine. No problem, brother. Whatever I know, I will share about that. Now, before India got independence, as we all know, India was ruled by the Britishers. They colonized India, right? So World War II happened during British colonization. So this side, British soldiers were there, plus with some Indian regiments, some regiments from India also, like Assam regiment and all. And on the other side is the Japanese with some Azad Hind, like Subhash Chandra Bose army. They are from they came from along with Japanese side. I think that's a little bit deeper, but yeah, that is how the battle happened. It happened from 1939 to 1945, World War II, right? But the Battle of Kohima happened in the year 1945, and then the Britishers they are stationed in Dimapur and some are stationed in Kohima at that time. And the Japanese they crossed Burma, they entered Manipur, and then they reached Kohima. It was like I forgot the number, okay, but just an eye example. Say there is 100 British soldier and there are 1,000 Japanese soldier. It's like that. So Britishers were not prepared for that at that time. So so many reinforcements were called back. The fierce battle happened. It happened for 2 3 months, and then the cemetery from where you have seen right the graves and all. From there, the furious battle happened in that exact location. So there is also a tennis court. I think you have seen if you go a little bit up. The tennis court is said to be the fighting place of both the soldiers, Japanese soldier and British soldier. After their bullets were over, they do hand fighting there. It was said to be like that. Yeah. So unfortunately, many people lost their life. Japanese they lost the battle because of the Battle of Kohima. They couldn't defeat the Britishers, so they couldn't enter India. So World War II, because of this Kohima battle, did not enter Kohima, India. Sorry. So the Japanese they returned back, and then this is how the Britishers they kept this this area safe again. Yeah, many Naga people also they had dedicated their life during this battle, and during this battle, like the places of Kohima and all, people were unaware about the battle. That's why many people ran away from their home also because their homes were burned down, bullets were hitting their home. Like this, so many things happened. Yeah, but yeah, uh, this is it is said to be 9 cemeteries in India about like this kind of World War II cemeteries. Okay, I forgot the places, but they are said to be 9. And these cemeteries is not maintained by Nagaland government or India government. It is maintained by Commonwealth War Graves Commission. Their headquarters is in Britain. So they manage this kind of these graves not only in India, even in all around the world, wherever this kind of graves are there during World War II, whatever the where whoever has lost their life during World War II, the Britishers, these graves are maintained by Commonwealth War Graves Commission. So this is the reason behind this. Every year, the soldiers' grandchildren or great grandchildrens, they come and visit these war graves. Yeah, these things happen. So it's a very historical place. Yes, brother. To be very honest, a very historical place. And even not only the place, not only the grave. If we go to a little bit upside, there are some hiding places of Japanese people also, which is called Japanese trenches. Like how they dig the places and how they how they hide in those trenches. There are some places like that also, which are preserved, and people can see those things also.
You made a YouTube video also, right, about it?
Yeah, yeah. I made a little bit.
It was good. I
Yeah,
saw it. I will share the link
you
below.
can. Yeah, yeah, and viewers, you can watch it. Yeah, I'm not the best content creator. I'm just what do we call learning and experiencing. But I hope I would be able to share more about this kind of things in Nagaland, about Nagaland also to all of you. You can subscribe and watch the viewers.
How is the
Yeah.
transport or road infrastructure connectivity from one place to other place in Nagaland?
Mm, since my childhood till today, I can see definitely so many changes happened. Today, the connectivity, the infrastructure development is going very, very fast. The road connectivity is much better today as compared to some years ago. So yeah, still there are some challenges during rainy season, especially during rainy season because Nagaland is hilly area, so landslide happen. So because of this, traveling become a little bit difficult during rainy season. Else, in other time, the transportation is almost fine. And like I've said, government of Nagaland is also providing chopper services if the weather is good. So yeah, and train connectivity is also going to reach almost near to Kohima from Dimapur from Assam side. So I think by 2026 their project they are trying to complete it. Yeah, this kind of things are going
And
on.
about agricultural practices, is still
Mhm.
what are the food, what are the crops Naga people are doing agriculture nowadays? And
Okay,
what about the traditional way of agriculture, how it was done?
okay. Uh, even me, I don't know how to do agriculture now. I'm almost forgetting. But there are majorly two types of agriculture. One is called paddy field. One is called jum cultivation. In paddy field, we use water. I'm talking about rice now. We use water to plant the rice. So that is how paddy field terrace cultivation happen. And in jum cultivation, it is practiced in those places where there is less water. So what they do is that they burn the jungle, particular area in the jungle, and they do agriculture practice for 1 year. Next year they shift to another. So it is called also called shifting cultivation. There they plant rice, vegetable, all kind of vegetable they plant, any kind. And in paddy field area, in paddy field we can't plant the vegetable, so we go to another dry land like june cultivation only. We just clear an area and we do gardening also. There we plant vegetables and all. Oh yeah. Usually planting of rice and this kind of thing happen once in a year. So starting in the year, they do the clearing. In the middle, they will do plantation, and by the end of the year, they will harvest. One more thing, I'm just remembering over here. Uh, Long ago, in Naga area, we don't have education. We don't have school, right? So we have a common educating area which is called Morong. There, most of the time it's unmarried young boys, but in some villages they also bring unmarried young girls also. So it's like a hostel for them. They are not allowed to go and sleep in their home after some age. They are called in the moral, and elder people they teach them different stories. They teach them different type of works, and that is how they come together. So it is also called peer group. Peer group means, like, example, the people, those who are born from 1995 to 2000, they are categorized one group. So all those people, they will belong to one group, and they will have one community. Like example, community number one. From 2000 to 2005, it will be community number two. So it's like peer number two. So this kind of things are also followed. Still today it's followed, but now most of the people, they are not living near their hometown. They are living in cities. So it's a little bit difficult to manage, but still it follows. But I think, uh, yeah, it's coming to an end, and I'm sorry for that. But I think this peer group is one of the most important thing for educating the youngsters. Coming together, helping each other, not for money, but helping each other. So what they do is that, suppose you and I, we are in one group, okay? So today I will go in your field, I will help you. Tomorrow you'll come in my field and help me. So this is how they do rotation and help each other. They don't charge money, so see, long ago people doesn't care about money also. They just, because their main thing is agriculture, they produce, they eat. If they didn't produce, they don't eat. That's all. So there is no money revolving in Naga culture also, I think 100 years ago. Yeah. But due to civilization, money also came into the picture. And through money, corruption came.
And literacy rate, how
uh,
is the education going on nowadays? What is the school syllabus? And where did you
uh,
study?
okay, that's good. That's good question. I almost did my education in government institute only. I studied till class 12 in government school, and after that I got the chance to study in university. So I went to Punjab and did my graduation in business administration, and then I came back home. Talking about literacy rate, I'm not very much sure about the number, but maybe 70 to 80%. The literacy rate maybe almost 70%, I think. And then one good thing about Naga culture is that both, maybe girl or boy, we are treated equally. There is no what do we call, no extra preference for boy or no extra preference for girl. Both of them are equally treated, even in terms of education also, even in terms of their marriage also. And yeah, one thing is that we practice patrilineal system. Patrilineal means, like, whatever the property is, it will always belong to the boy child, boy side. So that is patrilineal. We follow patrilineal culture, because the girl usually, she got married and she go to another family. So because of that, the property always belong to the male child. Yeah. Or the literacy rate for male and girls are equal, I think. There is no discrimination. Mm.
And what about marriage system? How the marriage system works?
Um, mm, I don't have much experience about this one, because I haven't seen anything happened like marriage, traditional marriage happening in front of me. But I heard that long ago marriage happened in the most simplest way. In the simplest way, the family will come together, they will talk, and then they will let the child get married. That is what it happened. And then to get married, like, there are some rules, like small rules, like, it depends from culture to culture, but like, the male, the person who is going to get married to a lady, he have to bring some animal, maybe some cow or some buffalo. It depends like how much the family members may they ask. It's like dowry, but it's not exactly dowry also. But it's like you are able to prove that you are rich enough to marry that woman, something like that. And then like in Angami culture, I don't know about other culture, but in Angami culture, what it happen is that before you get married, a lady she cannot keep her hair long. So only after you got married, a woman can keep her hair long. I heard those things were practiced. Yeah, but today it's not like that. But yeah, like you said, those days, those things will happen. So usually, women also once they reach the age of marriage, they immediately got married because they want to keep their hair long. I heard like that. Yeah. Uh, it's I think since past also it practice 1821 that same age only because there is no child marriage in Nagaland. Yeah, I haven't
Never,
heard about that. Never. I haven't heard a single time about that.
even in the past.
Yeah, even in the past, I haven't heard about that. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong if I didn't heard, but I think that is never practiced here. Yeah, yeah,
So, what is the
yeah.
present day? Yeah, tell me.
Wait, okay, I just want to clarify something here. Some culture, like in Meghalaya, they practice the opposite thing. The man will marry and go to the lady wife, so it's called matrilineal. But in Meghalaya, like Khasi, Garo, Jantia, they practice, but not all of them. Some they practice patrilineal also, but majorly they practice matrilineal. So if any one of them they're watching, they might get offended. So it's not to offend them also. It's all about cultural differences. We have to appreciate each other. Yeah.
And what are the present day? What is happening in Nagaland nowadays? Like, is it peaceful or still the fights are going on? What is the status of Nagaland with with the uh,
Government of India.
um,
Okay.
Nagaland is part
Um,
of India, but still because I don't know. I just want to understand what's happening there.
uh, I just want to touch here a little bit of history so that you also and our viewers also get clear. Uh, Before the arrival of Britishers, Nagaland, these Naga hills are independently ruled by the Naga people. No foreign invaders were allowed. Even the Britishers they tried to capture, but even they also Naga people defeated them. So the British, what they decided is they decided to bring Christianity and education, and that is how they try to control the Naga area. Not through war, because they knew that through war they are not able to capture Naga people because Naga people are already good warriors. So they are not Naga people. Actually, they never surrendered to Britishers. And then, by the time British was about to leave India, Simon Commission came asking any state or any kingdom whoever want to be part of India. At that time, in 1929, it is said that the Naga people they proudly rejected that because they said we want to be independent. But in the year 1947, some clashes happened, and the Britishers they immediately went without doing any proper documentation. And at that time, it was said that the Naga leaders they went and meet Mahatma Gandhi also. So Mahatma Gandhi also said if Naga people don't want to be in part of India, we cannot force them. They have the right to be independent. But somewhere around they came to knew that Nagaland is going to be part of India. So Naga people they decided that okay then we will declare our own independence. So Naga India independence was on 15 August 1947. Naga declared their independence on 14 August 1947, just one day before India declared. It's very important history of Nagaland. And even today also they celebrate 14 August as Naga Independence Day. But message must be very clear. This is not to bring any misunderstanding about India or this and that. This is the ground reality that every Naga knows, and because of these After this, the India government, they try to control Naga area. They what do we call, they gave that AFPA egg, armed forces special rights egg, that right gives a soldier to kill anybody if they suspect that person. So because with that egg, many Naga villages were burned down, many people were killed, many, there are so many historical evidence. If we hear our parents story, they are eyewitness to that. Many women were raped, so many unwanted things happened, and I'm very sorry for that, because I feel so sad hearing those things. Because at that time there was no media, no news, nothing, and these areas were totally rural area. Nobody can share anything to any part of the world. So that is how it happened. But slowly, slowly, uh, that's why Naga soldier, Naga army came into the picture. Because without having a soldier, we cannot fight them again. So to protect the identity, to protect the rights of this thing, NNC, it came even before 1947. Okay, those things, but slowly after this thing, this kind of thing, they came into the picture to protect the rights of Naga. And still today, there are so many different types of groups because their agendas are different, and they have ceasefire with government of India, and then they are declared as Naga army. They are different groups. Yeah, long ago, because of uh, not having proper peace with India government, India soldier, there is war sometime. But now there is nothing like that. Everything is in peace, and but still the Naga people, they are fighting for their solution. That is still in progress. Yeah, India declared that Nagaland is part of India and it's part of May, but the people of Nagaland, they believe that it is only by force. It was not by choice or not by surrender. So we have the right to fight for our own nation. That is what they still believe, and they're still fighting for. And when we think deeply, I think it's absolutely right for them to do that, because they are the first person to live here, and nobody had ever defeated them. So I think they are still having the right. Yeah, but yeah, at present generation, there is no such kind of thing. I mean, there is no war, or there is no this killing of somebody unwantedly, nothing like that. If it happened, it happened between the Indian army, sorry, between the armed forces of India and those Naga group only. If they have some misunderstanding, not between the citizen of India. No, citizen of India, we are very peaceful. Yeah.
I want you guys to be part of, man, we are all same. We are all one country. That is
Mm,
my idea. I don't want Nagaland to be separate country.
okay, that's interesting. And I think in somewhere, I think you are right also, because I heard a podcast where a person, educated person, he was sharing that if we look little bit ahead in the future, no, nation fighting for nation or having independent will not make any sense, he said. And I was wondering why he said. He was saying that because artificial intelligence and this globalization came into the picture, so those things doesn't matter anymore.
Yes.
So, yeah, so I think somehow you are right. But to protect our identity, we must have some rights. So only because of that, it may be a solution within part of India, anything. But one proper right must be given to Naga people. Naga people rights should not be controlled by outsiders. That is the only thing we are fighting for. Like example, I'm not blaming the government of India will do the same thing. Like, but in Jammu and Kashmir, they just abrogated the article and they directly control JK. So if something like that happen in Nagaland, then we don't have any rights again. So we must have something more stronger than Article 371. 371A is the article which protect Nagaland, but we must have something proper solution beyond that also. So that is what they are fighting for. Even maybe Nagaland may be still part of India, but have a proper right to have their own administration. I don't know, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
But
interesting.
why I am sharing this is because so many people, they misunderstand about the rights of Naga people. They think that Naga armies are terrorists or insurgent groups. No, it's not like that. They are fighting for their right only, with a proper reason. So that must be very clear. That's why I went a little bit detail here.
How safe is the state? How safe is Nagaland? If a woman traveler wants to do a solo trip,
Hmm.
is it safe? because we have got a lot of misconception in the rest of India about Nagaland state. Every citizen of this country who want to
Mhm,
visit Nagaland, is it
mhm.
safe? A girl, she wants to go alone. Is it safe?
According to my experience, 100%, 101% safe. Because, like I've said, inside Nagaland, we treat everybody equal. See, I think you must be wondering, so many shops are run by non-Nagas only in Nagaland, and we don't discriminate anyone. We're giving them opportunities to run the business and to help the economy of Nagaland also. And many non-Naga people they live here. Many non-Naga people they are also doing here their jobs in different sectors, education, different thing. And talking about lady traveling to Nagaland solo, 100% safe. No need to be afraid because yeah, in some past year, some disturbance news might be there due to some any kind of reason. But now people are more educated, people are more welcoming. Yeah, but one thing I would suggest all of you if you're traveling to Nagaland and if you're traveling to any village, please follow these three things. Number one, always if you enter any village, get a permission from the village leader. It can be the village council or the youth or the student union or even a church leader. You must inform them that you are a stranger in this village and you are coming here to experience the village, or you are coming here to do this kind of documentary, or you are coming here to explore this place. They will welcome you, they will give you space to rest if they have, if it is available, and also they will protect you, and also it maybe they will provide you a guide free of cost maybe. Yeah, it's for your safety. And then inside village, if you didn't inform them and if you just stay with some strangers and all, then if unfortunately host that person who is hosting you is not, you feel uncomfortable with them, then you cannot blame anyone. Again, it's our fault. Yeah, so for your safety always do that. Any village, be it a man or a woman, if you're traveling to Nagaland, always follow that. No need to be afraid of anything. Until you reach your final destination, they will be keep asking about you, how it's going on, how you are, everything fine. They will keep asking about you. I have experience about that, and I feel very safe for that. Yeah, yeah.
So how is your YouTube channel growing?
You check it out and you see how many viewers are there. I have to
I
work
will
hard.
share your link below.
Thank you so much. I have to
I
work
will
hard.
mention your YouTube channel.
Yeah, yeah. I have to work hard.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what are the future projects
Mm,
on YouTube as a content creator?
yeah. I will definitely create more content and definitely try to grow. But I'm trying to make some content a little bit about Nagaland for a while. But I'm working on that. I have taken break for some months, but I'm trying to work on this. So I'm doing some research, maybe related to food or maybe related to culture or tourist places. I'll bring some informative video so that all of the people, those who are not aware about these things, they will learn. Yeah, that is my first project. After that, I'll try to go to some other areas also and cover it. Yeah,
Come down south or come down west.
I will do that. Our India is, I think, one of the most unique country in the world because we have so many cultural diversity and we have so many things that unite us also. So it's a beautiful country, I think. I will definitely like to not only Nagaland, yeah, brother. It's like the same way like I'm explaining about Nagaland. I think you will also explain to me about this thing, and I will be more attracted to these. Similarly, all the places of Nagaland. This is very unique about India. Yeah, I love our India. Yeah, the our India is beautiful as compared to other country. I'm not saying anything wrong, but our India itself, it has everything, starting from cold mountains to big ocean, from the this driest desert to the greenest forest also. Yeah,
So, yeah, it's a very good discussion, Vivor.
it was great talking with you. It was great talking to you, and I also like to thank our viewers for giving some time to learn about Nagaland also. Yeah,
So, see you again someday soon. Until then, thank you, Vivor, for such a nice conversation. The incredible people of India. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for more inspiring stories. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.